Welcome to Math with Professor V. I had a request to solve this indefinite integral, and it's a good problem. It requires trig sub, which students always need more practice and exposure to. So here we go. We have an indefinite integral of 1 over x squared plus 6x plus 13 squared dx. So as I mentioned already, this integral requires trig sub. And how do I know? Well, it's a rational function. And when I'm looking at the denominator, this quadratic expression does not factor. It's prime. So that means partial fraction decomposition will not help us out. Also, I don't have some sort of linear expression with x to the first up here, so u sub won't work either. So, those are kind of like, I have a checklist I go through in my mind, and then if those two options don't work out, then most likely it's trig sub. And trig sub, you're going to bust out anytime the denominator has some irreducible quadratic that doesn't apply for partial fraction decomp, okay? So what we're gonna do now is complete the square so that we can set up our trig sub. So x squared plus 6x plus, I would need a 9, right? For that to be a perfect square trinomial. So you take this coefficient, you cut it in half, and then you square it. And I'm just gonna steal 9 from the 13. And so I'm just going to rewrite my 13 as 9 plus 4. Do you see? Good. What that lets me do now is write this as the quantity x plus 3 squared plus, and then 4 is just 2 squared, isn't it? And this calls for making a trig sub using tangent. I know that because I have addition between the two terms. Now, typically when you have x squared plus a squared and you're going to do a trig sub, you let x equal a tan theta. Well, in this case, I have the entire quantity x plus 3, not just x. So I'm going to let x plus 3 equal a. What's a? It's 2 tan theta. Take a second, marinate on it. I've done problems like this before, but when you complete the square, you have to let that entire variable quantity inside the parentheses right here equal a tan theta. Okay? Good, then let's keep going. I want to find the differential, so I'm going to take the derivative of both sides. Dx, derivative of 3 would be 0, equals 2 secant squared theta d theta. And then now we're ready to rewrite the whole integral in terms of theta. Okay, I don't need to do any u subs prior to the trig sub because we completed the square, and hopefully you can see how the patterns are working out. Okay, so here we go. I have, instead of 1 dx in the numerator, I'm just going to replace it already with 2 secant squared theta d theta. That's going to go upstairs. 2 secant squared theta d theta over. And then remember, in the denominator, yes, we have x squared plus 6x plus 13 squared, but that's also x plus 3 squared plus 4 squared. So now I'm going to replace x plus 3 with 2 tan theta. That all gets squared, plus 4, and then this whole denominator is squared, like that. Okay, so let's clean up now, and then see what reveals itself. So this is 2 secant squared theta d theta over, this will be 4 tangent squared theta plus 4. So I can factor the 4 out. And then I have tan squared theta plus 1. And then all of this is still squared again, right? Beautiful. Now I'm going to distribute that exponent, the squared, to the 4, as well as to this entire quantity in here, which I'm going to replace with secant squared theta, right? Remember, that's why we do trig sub. So here now we're going to have 2 secant squared theta d theta over 4 squared is going to become 16. And then this is all really secant squared theta squared, which is secant to the 4th theta. Lovely. Let's take 2 over 16 outside, so now it's 1/8. I can cancel out this secant squared, and then now I just have secant squared in the denominator. Beautiful. And then right away, I'm just going to say, oh, but 1 over secant squared, that's just cosine squared theta. So this is 1/8 integral cosine squared theta d theta. And how do we integrate cosine squared? You don't even think about it. You just turn into Math Robot and you go, oh, I use my half angle identity, 1/2 times 1 plus cosine 2 theta d theta. And did you see how slick I took the 1/2 outside? I know it's part of the identity, but it's so much nicer when you're working with an integral and all those constants are outside. Please believe. Please believe. So then this is 1/16. I think we're ready to take the antiderivative. So we're integrating with respect to theta. Antiderivative of 1 is just going to be theta. Plus, and then I just think backwards. Whose derivative did I take to get cosine 2 theta? Well, it would have to be 1/2 sine 2 theta. 1/2 because of the 2 in front of the theta. And hopefully you don't need to, do a u sub when there's just a little baby constant, just a harmless little constant, and you're integrating. You just divide by it, okay? Very good. Now we're not done because remember the original integral was in terms of x, so I have to go back to x's. How do we do that? We draw a triangle. So some teachers have you draw the triangle in the beginning. I just do it at the end. And you just go back to where you first made your trig sub, right here. Let x plus 3 equal 2 tan theta. So I'm going to rewrite that down here. So x plus 3 was 2 tan theta. Isolate the trig function, so that means tan theta is x plus 3 over 2, right? Okay, so I'm going to draw a triangle, right triangle, put theta somewhere. Tangent of that angle should be x plus 3 over 2, so opposite over adjacent. And then I can use the Pythagorean theorem, find the hypotenuse, and I know x plus 3 squared plus 4 gives me back x squared plus 6x plus 13, which we saw in the beginning of the problem. But remember, the hypotenuse is going to have a radical on it. We didn't have a radical in our original integral, but it doesn't matter. The quantity underneath matches, so that shouldn't be surprising. Okay, let's go from here. I'm going to observe that I have sine of 2 theta going on. And my triangle, it is not a 2 theta triangle. Oh, no. It is just a theta triangle. So I have to somehow get rid of the 2 in front of the theta. And the way we do that is we use our double angle identity. So we have 1/16 theta plus 1/2 times. Do you remember what sine 2 theta is? Oh, good. It's 2 sine theta cosine theta plus c. Oh, fabulous. And then look, this 1/2 and 2 just cancel so beautifully. It's like a dream come true. Okay, so we have here 1/16. Now, when you have plain old theta like that, no, you don't use the triangle. You come right over here. When you have the trig function isolated, that means theta all by its lonesome is going to be tan inverse of x plus 3 over 2. So this is tan inverse of x plus 3 over 2 plus, okay, now sine theta, this is where the triangle is going to come in, clutch. Sine theta is going to be opposite over hypotenuse. So that will be x plus 3 over hypotenuse is rad x squared plus 6x plus 13 times cosine theta. Cosine theta is adjacent over hypotenuse. So that's 2 over rad x squared plus 6x plus 13. Close her up, plus c. And then let's clean up a wee bit more. There is something that can be done. I'm going to distribute the 1/16. So we have 1/16 tan inverse x plus 3 over 2 plus, now watch this, when the 1/16 distributes over here, it'll cancel with the 2, right? Boop, you're gone. And then this is now going to be 1/8 times, I still have x plus 3 over here, over, Now, when you have a radical times itself, the square root goes away. So then this is just going to be x squared plus 6x plus 13, like that, plus c. And then, we could just clean this up a little bit. I wouldn't distribute the 8. Oh, no, I certainly wouldn't do that. But I would just put everything in one fraction together. So let me show you. So we still have 1/16 tan inverse x plus 3 over 2 plus x plus 3 over 8 times x squared plus 6x plus 13. Oh, much better. Plus c. Okay, and that's your final answer. And what I loved about this request that came in was that they said they looked up this integral, on an online calculator, but the steps just didn't make sense. And I even checked in one and it stopped. It stopped here here. And then to get back to x, it just wrote 1/2 sine 2 of arctan, and that's the problem with technology is, it's beautiful when it works, but it doesn't always work as well as our minds do. So the steps are not as clear to follow. They can take you a wonky way, and they don't always finish cleaning up as beautifully as we can on our own. So thank you for the request, and I'll have more integrals of the day coming. I have a few things ready to launch, so just stay tuned, turn on your notifications. Thanks for your support. Give the video a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and you can also follow me on Instagram, TikTok, Math with Professor V. I love you all. I'll be back soon. Bye.